أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every individual of you. Welcome back to our program MTA Kids Time here, which is brought to you by MTA International Gambia Studios. And in this program or series, as we have already started discussing about prayer, the Muslim prayer, it is important for us to understand the Muslim prayer. As Muslims, it is not advised or it is not possible for you to get the pleasure of Allah Almighty without knowing how to pray, because it is the first and foremost way that you can communicate with Allah Almighty. So therefore we deem it essential for us to talk to our people or to talk to our fellow Muslims regarding on how to pray. So this is why in our previous episode we were discussing about prayers, and then we have come up to the stage we call it tawjih, which is after saying takbiratul ihram, you say wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara samawati wal ardi hanifan wa ma ana minal musrikin. We have talked about it, and by the grace of Allah Almighty, in today's program, we are going to continue or pick from there, which we are starting with the sana. So we would like to know what is sana, what to say after tawjih, and we proceed. So without wasting much time, viewers, we start our program with the recitation from the Holy Quran. So can we hear the recitation from the Holy Quran by our brother Ibrahim Kasama, please? وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. Can we hear the translation by Sister Aisha? Please give us the translation. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Translation. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Surely we sent it down on the night of destiny. And what should make thee know what the night of destiny is? The night of destiny is better than 1,000 months. Therein descends angels and the spirit by the command of their Lord with every matter. It is all peace till the rising of the dawn.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for that wonderful recitation and of course that translation. So viewers, this is just to remind you that we are in the last 10 days of this holy month of Ramadan, and that these are the days in which our beloved Master Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised we should search for that night which is being mentioned here by the Holy Quran, khairu min alfi shahrin. That is more than, that night is better than 1,000 months. So therefore that night deserve or it is important for us to search for that night. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ advised on the last 10 days, on the odd days, that is 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, 29th. So that is just a reminder to all our viewers. So without wasting more time, as we say, we are continuing on our topic that is about prayer. We said in our last episode we stopped at tawjih, right? Tawjih means wajihatu, up to the ending. So we will pick from there. After tawjih in our prayer, the Holy Prophet ﷺ taught us to recite sana. So who can recite sana for us, please? Yes, Ibrahim, you want to recite for us? Recite sana for us. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka asmuka wa ta'ala jadduka.
Jazakumullah. This is what we call sana. After tawjih, this is what we recite. We all agree with it, right? So from today, I believe from this one we understand, and this is what we are supposed to say in this particular juncture. We said it is called Qiyam. Qiyam means standing. So we recited Tawji, we did Takbir of Taharima first, that is the first Allahu Akbar. After that you go straight to Tawji, that is Wajahatu up to the ending. Then after that you go straight to Sana, which you just have recited here. And let me just translate it for the benefit of those people so that they will understand what we are reciting in that particular place. It says, the translation is, Holy art thou, O Allah, and all praise is thine. Blessed is thy name, and exalted is thy state. There is none worthy of worship except thee alone. This is what we say. We stand before Allah Almighty. Then after that, we go straight to Ta'awud. Who knows what Ta'awud means? Yes, Aisha, can you recite Ta'awud for us? Can you give her the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It is what we call ta'awuz. So anywhere, if you are asked to recite ta'awuz, know that that is A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. And then also the Holy Quran has made this very clear, emphatically clear. The reason why before we start reciting Surah Fatiha, we have to recite ta'awuz. He said, if you are reciting the Holy Quran, seek for refuge from Allah Almighty by reciting the Holy Quran. That is why when you are starting to recite, you say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Then you went to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Then you start recitation. Also, this is not just something that we came up with, but it's a commandment by Allah Almighty in the Holy Quran. So after Sana, you say Ta'awuz. After Ta'awuz, you recite Basmala. Basmala means Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So all these are recited in low tune. That is, you recite them low. You don't recite them aloud. Then from there, we start Fatihatul Kitab, which we have already talked about, the blessings and the importance and the power of Surah Fatiha. I think in our previous episodes, we have talked about it. And this is a surah which we said that it is not possible for your prayer to be accepted without it. That's why the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, La salata liman lam yaqra bi Fatihatil Kitab. No prayer is accepted without the recitation of Surah Fatiha. That is in every prayer, being it Trawi, being it Nafila, being it Tahajjud, being a Sunnah prayer or compulsory prayer, you must recite Surah Fatiha in every rak'ah. There is no rak'ah for you without Surah Fatiha. So therefore, you go straight to Surah Fatiha. So this is important because we should understand that why we are emphasizing this is that we pray for our prayer to be accepted, right? To communicate with Allah Almighty, and He hears our call and He accepts our prayers. So the criterion and one of the fundamental thing you have to know is Surah Fatiha. So that is a duty or is compulsory upon every matured and sound Muslim to recite or to understand or to be able to recite Surah Fatiha so that your prayer can be accepted. After that, you add any surah, فَقْرَأُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. That's why the Holy Quran says, recite any portion that is easier for you to recite. If you want, you recite Surah Ikhlas, that is قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, or Muta'awizainin, that is Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, or any surah, any portion of the surah you can recite after Surah Fatiha. It depends on you. So that is also another important thing. So after that, we go straight to Ruku. And in Ruku, that's what we call bowing. So Ruku, there is something that we also need to recite there. So who knows what we're supposed to recite in Ruku? Yes, Nuruddin, can you tell us what we're supposed to recite when we are bowing down, which is in Arabic term, take the mic, which is in Arabic term called Ruku.
Subhan Rabbiyal Azim.
Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. How many times?
3 times.
3 times. That is what the Holy Prophet ﷺ advised us. While we are in our Ruku, we say Subhana Rabbiyal Azim 3 times. If you want, you can do 5 times or 7 times, but it should be what? Odd. It should not be an even number. You understand? But the minimum should be 3. Then you can add 5, 7 or any. You understand? So this is what we're supposed to say, and that mean the translation mean holy is my Lord, the most great. Holy is my Lord, which is Allah, the most great. So from there you rise from ruku, and then you recite tasmi. When you rise from ruku, after saying Subhana Rabbiyal Azim 3 times, you rise from ruku. Before you go to sujood, what should you recite there? Who knows what to recite? Again, Ibrahim. Let me come back to you, Ibrahim. What should you recite after rising from ruku?
Sami Allahu liman hamida rabbana wa lakal hamdu hamdan katsiran tayyiban mubarak fihi.
Sami Allahu liman hamida rabbana wa lakal hamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan fi. This is what we are supposed to recite right from rising from ruku, right? So after that we go straight to prostration, which is sujood. And in sujood there is also a portion where we should recite. We recite Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, and we all know what it means. Glory to my Lord, the Most High. You see, you are prostrating. You are showing humility that before Allah Almighty you are nothing. That's why you are prostrating. And Allah is the Most High. There is a glory be to Allah, the Most High. You say this one also, or you repeat this how many times? 3 times. If you want, as I said, you can say 5 times, 7 times, but it should be odd numbers. It should not be what? Even numbers. But the minimum is 3 times. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. From there, you rise from sujood. But then, let us remember, the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised. He said, "Aksiru du'akum fi sujud." We should increase our dua in our sujood, in our prostration, because Allah the Almighty accepts duas very well when we are prostrating. You see the level of humility you are showing while you are prostrating, that you are not even worthy to stand when asking Allah, but you must bow down or you must prostrate before Allah. So that is a sense of humility. So if you ask Allah Almighty, He will definitely grant you your wish, which is better for you. So that's why the Holy Prophet ﷺ advised us to increase our supplication, our duas in our sujood period. So you can say any dua that you know that you are in need of. There are a lot of duas. You can ask Allah Almighty to grant you health, long life and excellent health, as I said, for increase in knowledge, to fulfill your desires, all your education, everything. These are things that you know that you can ask Allah Almighty after saying Subhana Rabbiyal A'la 3 times. You understand? So from there, you rise from sujood. They call it jilsa, while you are sitting between sujood. You went for prostration 1, you came up from prostration, you are sitting. There also, we should know what we are supposed to recite there. And it says, Allahumma rabbi ufrili warhamni wahadini wa'afini wajiburni warzuqni warfa'ani. These are some of the statements we have to recite there. And inshallah, we will continue from here. We have talked about ruku, we have talked about Qira'at al-Fatiha, that is the recitation of Surah Fatiha, and it's important, and Ta'awuz and Basmala, and also Thana, which is Subhana Rabbiyal, Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka asmuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghayruka. So let us all try, if we never been able to recite this, let us try to recite this, because they are important. For our prayers to be accepted, we must try and learn this thing. Thank you very much for your participation. Viewers, this is what time allowed us. We have come to the end of another episode. As I said, we started from Sana, which is Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka asmuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghairuka. From there we went to Ta'awuz, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Basmala, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and recitation of Surah Fatiha. And after recitation of Surah Fatiha, any surah that you can recite. And from there we went to Ruku, we recite Subhana Rabbiyal Azim 3 times. From there you rise from Ruku, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamdu hamdan kathiran tayyiban mubarakan. You went straight to prostration, where you recite Subhana Rabbiyal Ala 3 times, and then you came from prostration, you sit down, that is Jilsa. We have already also talked about what you should recite there. So from our next episode, we will continue and pick from there, inshallah. So viewers, this is what time allowed us here in MTA International Gambia Studio. I am your host, Said Sambaso. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.